Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Texas Gal Studio, coming to you with a quick little tutorial on how to create a gift card holder. So the one you saw me showing you right now is an actual lineman theme one that I created for my husband's website. So I'm just going to be using that as a reference, but we're going to be creating a Valentine's theme gift card holder. So I'm showing you here the paper pads that I'm using. I'm using Be Mine by Pebbles, Love Notes by We Are, and Boys Rule by Crate Paper. Also, you will need an 8.5 by 11, and any of the stuff that I'm saying here, like as far as the measurements, I'll list below, plus I'll also leave a link if you see any of the paper pads that you like. I have those on my Etsy shop as well. So here what I've done is I've already cut that paper in half, and I'm cutting at 4 1/4, and then I am going to cut it longwise, and that's going to be 10 inches. So you'll have two bases right there. You actually just need one, but I'm just showing you that you can create two bases with an 8.5 by 11. So again, the measurement for that is 10 inches by 4 1/4. And again, I will leave the measurements down below. The next part is I'm using a total of 3 6 by 6 sheets, and the first two that I'm cutting here is going to be for the inside top and the outside top part of this gift card holder, and that's going to be 4 inches by 1 3/4. And just save all those little bits and pieces of paper left over, because I will be using that throughout the creation of this gift card holder. So that's already the inside and the top, the inside top and the bottom, and the top, outside top, sorry. And now what I'm doing is I'm cutting my other set, which is going to be a total of 3 pieces here, and these 3 pieces are 4 inches by 2 3/4. And so that's why I'm telling you you need a third 6 by 6 paper, because you're going to just need that larger piece. And I'm going to show you right here where those pieces go. You'll have that part is in the front, the bottom inside, and the center inside right there. So see, all that goes right there. So that's a total of 3. And then the little inner part that holds the gift card, which is a pop-up area, that part is going to be cut 3/4 by 4 inches. And again, just save those little pieces because you might need it for the inner part of decorating and stuff. So I'll show you in a little bit when we get there. So see, that part goes in the inner part of that gift card holder. So here we're just going to score the base, and that's going to be scored at 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, and 8 inches. If you see, I'm holding on to or scoring with a popsicle stick. My son decided to play with my little scorer there, and I don't know where he left it, so that's what I'm using, and that works out. So if you have that problem, it'll work. Okay, so right here what I'm doing is I'm adding adhesive on the outer part of this gift card holder, and I'm just gonna put it in the inner part of that because I'm gonna come back and cut it at the top, and I'll show you when we get there. But so right here, if you saw the way I put the glue, it's at the very bottom. I don't know how to explain it, but you saw how I guess I can show you better than actually say it. But yes, I did leave an area where I did not add adhesive, and the purpose is because we're going to be cutting that area and actually sticking the gift card in there. So that's why that part needs not to be glued. So all I'm doing here is I'm getting all my pieces, I'm rounding off the corners. You can choose to leave it squared off or round them off. And so that's what I did. I rounded off, and I got my ink and just inked all my edges just so everything looks finished. Again, just rounding off the corners here. I'm using the clothespins to hold that together, and I'm going to start with the inner part first, and I'm going to want to put that piece of paper closer to the bottom because, like I said, I'm going to be cutting at the very top so my gift card can actually go inside. So we're creating a pocket, so to speak, and it's a pop-up pocket. And so I'm just right here trying to figure out how I want to put my paper, trying different ways and see what I like. And so right here I think I've already figured it out. I'm going to use my Tombow multi-purpose adhesive. I am gluing down the inner part, which again was 4 inches by 2 3/4, and that top part is 4 inches by 1 3/4. Excuse me, the front part 4 inches by 1 3/4, and that front part bottom right there is 4 inches by 2 3/4. So again here, see how I just showed you that? We're going to cut that so we can have an open space. And I will show you with a little piece of card stock here. Okay, so those little bits and pieces that I told you to hold on to, it's mainly for decorative purposes. So what I'm doing is I'm using another part or another sheet of my Be Mine paper stack, and in that sheet there's little blocks that say to and from, and so I'm actually using that in the inner part of, or bottom inner part of this gift card holder, and just rounding off the corners, cutting it to size, and edging edging all around the paper. And I will put that down right there. Then on the outside I am also getting another 6x6 paper, but of course I'm only going to use one of those little squares, and I think it says, let me see, I have it, I should have it here. I'll be your Valentine. So that one's a cute one, and again just using some of that pattern paper that was left behind and kind of creating a little frame. And I'm going to use pop dots at the very top only, just to pop that and adhere it to the top of my card. And the bottom, of course, I'm going to leave without. Then I'm using these Velcro circular pieces that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I'm putting the softer part on the top and then the rougher part of the Velcro on the bottom. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. I'll leave all the links and measurements down below. Stay tuned for the pictures. Bye!